something is also serious in Hong Kong. Of course, if you're still not out of Hong Kong, you're also try to welcome to provide some additional input, right? And for me and also for Mr. Wu, right, to understand your situation in different part of the world, right? So that is something I think and see still a big issue. Yeah, I actually several days ago I contact one of my old friend, Professor Lin in New York City, Columbia University. He told me he cannot buy the mask. My second year student worked for US FDA in Maryland. She told me she also cannot buy the mask. So that's a big problem globally. Okay, so that's something. That's why I try to invite Howard to give a brief talk about his the project. Okay, so that again, please try to fill this online polling, and so that I want to see the result. I understand if you have problem to buy the mask at least locally, or if you're outside Hong Kong, and then I also want to know, right? Yeah. Okay, so that let me just briefly talk about Howard. Howard, I think he got his degree in computer science and then about more 10 years ago, and he had working on a different company in Taiwan on software engineering, right? And then 7 years ago, and then he launched this kind of interesting Goodidea Studio, right, in Thailand to train this kind of young people about this kind of a programming, right? And then so that this is something I think it's quite important and interesting thing. Okay. So that again, I just let you know that this is a very special environment space, so that hope you can learn from Howard on this thing. Okay, and okay, I think without further ado, that's now I pass to Howard to give a talk now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Professor Lee, and I will show my story in this slide, and you can see my slide, right? Can you?
Yes, yeah, you can see.
Okay, and I am the first person, I'm first developer to make the first Mac map in Taiwan, and it make a really big inspired to many people. And I think at this moment, Taiwan is the country you can, not very difficult, but you can still buy a mask. So let me tell you my story. This picture shows that I think at the 28th January, at that time, the government in Taiwan already set the policy that they stop export the face mask and only allow the convenience store. They can sell the face mask in the convenience store. So people need to go to the convenience store only and buy the mask. But as you can see, every person are looking for the mask. So at that time, every convenience store stay a huge line, but the face mask was sold out so quick. So at that time, the people just go around every convenience store and take a lot of time to seeking a mask to buy. And the people use a lot of time to do this. Go to the convenience store and ask and leave and go to another. So it repeat again and again. Too many people to waste so many time. So at that time, I consider to collect some information to collect if the people can tell everybody if this convenience store can get a mask or not, so that the people will not longer to get that convenience store and check. So it's a kind of crowdsourcing. You can collect the information about the mask storage at the convenience store. So at that moment, it's It's at the 2nd February. I decided to make a tool that can show this information and collect this information. So it's a side project at midnight for me, because at the daytime I need to take care of my baby. I have a newborn baby. Right now it's 8 months big. So at the daytime I don't have any time to do the coding. So this side project is working at midnight, and just one midnight. This is my first version to show the face map on the map. You can see that I would like to show a map if the user open a browser, and you will get the user geo location, and I will check around the convenience store and show if this convenience store has a mask or not. If this convenience store has mask, it will show the green tag, and if it's sold out, it will show the red. So the people can use this map very easily to see the mask storage. And the first version, I used the Google Map API and the Place API. And the civil can report if they can get a mask from a convenience store. And these two API is different. The Map API is show only the map, and Place API is for looking the convenience store around a person. Because at that time, I don't have any data of convenience store. Actually, Taiwan's government, they have the open data for convenience store, but the data is very old, it's 5 years ago. So during these 5 years, the convenience store will open or will close, so it's not really useful. So at that time, I consider about use the Google, the Place API, like a search nearby, so the people can easily to get the convenience store around. And at the daytime, because I do it at midnight, I think I work around 8 hours, I think. And at the daytime, I finish my side project and put it on the internet and share it. So I put it to my Facebook and Slack channel, and then the baby wake up, so I just take off baby and go to lunch. I didn't expect anything it will take a big event or big spread or anything about there's many people will use it or not. But after my lunch, I saw it's a kind of strange, because the website became slow, and many people share the information. So you can see at the 2nd February, that already the media put my website, my tool on the internet. So I think it is the main reason the user growing very, very fast. And this is the number of my first version. Okay. Here is the number. The first day it take like I think it's 547,000 page view. So it's quite a lot in around 6 hours or 7 hours. You can see I share my website at 11, but I will close my website at 5. That's because the price. You can see here my built-in. The built-in is about the API. I call the API from Google. I just show you that I use Map API and the Press API. The Map API's price is, I think it's $5 per 1,000 requests. But the Press API is very expensive. It takes $30 for 1,000 requests. So that bill is what I get in 6 hours. It's 24,000 United States dollar. So when I see the billing, I decided to close my side project file. And it's a short story is that because at the afternoon, there already the newspaper reporter called me to interview this side project. So they say they will put it in the evening news, but because the billing issue, so I told them I will close it file. And this one is the story that says I got the billing from Google. And actually this event, I mean the Fast Mask Map, this event has I think it's three separate points. The first one is that the media share the tool to the internet, but this one is the second red point that I think the people will very surprised that I received this billing for $24,000. And this person is the marketing team from Google. Once he saw the news, once he saw the billing, what this face map make, and she contacted me about she can help me with this billing. And luckily, I already with the billing right now. But as I said, I made the face map at the 2nd February. And CDC, the government says from February 6th, it already changed. It will change to sell in the mask from convenience store to pharmacy. So this map only live for 2 days. And at late time, the Audrey's Tang Feng she's very famous right now. And she said she will contact me to say that the government already have some new policy to sell in the mask. And she already give the Slack, the channel, the people in the Slack that the processing, like February 4th, they were doing some demo, and February 5th, they will release open API, and 6th at the February, it will going online. So it is already, it is also a big issue then, because the government noticed the mask map, the first version, and decided to release open data. So what is the open data it released? Is about the mask map storage. They will send into the pharmacy and check in the storage, the number for the mask map. So at that day, the February 6th, I would consider it the largest hackathon in Taiwan, because at that time, so many developers, they are very excited because the government released open data. And they are already preparing to making some tool like many map tool or light bot or many different things. So I would say it's the largest hackathons. And the civil engineering join this hackathon. I will show you a link. We open a hackpad that collects the people. If you making the tool or you find anything useful information, they can just put this hackpad. And here we can say that we can see that not even the API, but even the tool the developer made, they will put here. So this one here, the list is the map tool. So far we got like 56 different implement and implement on a map. And here is the Lightbot. So we got like 21 and chatbot, we got 2. And self-information, here we got 23. And the app, Android and iOS, we got 21. And voice assistant, like Siri or Google Action, we got 5. And even the panel and even the reserve system for reserve face mask. So it's over 120 different tool or service by this open data. It's really huge, huge action, I think. So this one is my second version, Fast Mask. And this one is also showing a map. The people can check in the pharmacy around his location and show what's the number, the storage, and the pharmacy information. Because some pharmacy just open at like a morning or like a evening. So the people can just check in and maybe they can make a call and ask if the number, do they have any number mask left, so they can go there to buy. So the second one, we use the open data from the government and Map API. And I will say that I just show you that over 120 different tools. Some of them are very special and interesting. For example, a developer that already have an application, they collect the receipt from from pharmacy or from convenience store. So they combine the open data from government and also combine their own data because they have the receipt detail. They can check it if the receipt show the item of the face mask or like alcohol or like any other goods. So they combine together and give more information, give more data. So I think this one is really big step between the government and civic movement. And it's the first time the government release open data is so quick and so reliable, actually. This GA number is showing in my second version for usage. So you can see that around, I think, almost 10 million page views. So that's a lot of usage. And this website is still working right now. So I think the number is still growing. And I got a lot of interview about this, because I think it's a really huge event. Many people are seeking the face mask. I think not only Taiwan, but another country, not other country also. So there are also the people from Thailand, from Korea, from Japan also report this map, and they also asking
Hong
if
Kong also have a news about how was the work area.
yeah. So they also made the same things like Korea. Korea also have the same policies Taiwan, and the civic also made a map to seeking the mask. And this one is my favorite pictures. This is Audrey. She is invited to United States and report to the, I think it's called think tank, United States think tank, and show them the Taiwan can help and what we are doing. So this picture show we make the face map. So my feedback and conclusion is that actually I don't really care about if the people can buy a mask from the tool or from the service, and I also don't really matter if they can save the time for people. But I really love that is this map or this movement really give the inspired to many people. The first version of map, it gives a lot of developer or programmer or engineering to show that the engineering can help, maybe just making a tool or maybe just separate the information. And it calls a lot of people to join the developer to use the government's API. And the second version gives the inspired that I think the civic use the map to buy a mask. Maybe they stay in line and open the browser to check in if they have any mask left around. But this movement actually will cause people think they are part of this event, because they really spend the time to stay in line, to care about this epidemic. So I think it caused the people think it is their own responsibility to fight this virus. And it was just like a thought that the people can do it together. It's a kind of from bottom to top. So every people would think they can really help. And most of the country, actually, it will just think it is a government thing. So the movement is from the top to the bottom and give the policy and limit many things. But I think the most important is that if you want to control this epidemic, I think all the people need to consider they need to work together, not only the government. Yeah. So that is my short story. If you have any question, you can let me know.
Okay, so I think we're very glad to invite this Howard to share his own experience, right, for this kind of open source the platform for this kind of Taiwan's face mask, the supply system. I think it's one of very interesting like a project, and it's I would say it's also one of the part of IoT Internet thing, right? How you connect those kind of fast mask supply to the internet, right? So through the website, through smartphone, and then so that's a very interesting boom. Of course, as I mentioned, OJIT, right? Also, how I also mentioned OJIT 10, the digital minister of Taiwan actually also provide a key role, right? Try to bridge the local, right, engineer in Taiwan and the government. Government do have national healthcare system, and that should really bridge the gap so that now at least Taiwan has actually try to break all the barrier, right? For all this kind of more than 100 app with additional national healthcare system, with also everybody in Taiwan have the national healthcare the car, right? Insurance car, so that everything linked together, including this kind of immigration department, right? So that the people actually went back to Taiwan, and actually they all have track record about everything. So that is something, that's why Taiwan, in terms of at this moment, number of this kind of virus infection cases now is also record low compared to many other places in the world. So that actually, this actually mentioned by so many different international newspaper, right? Like New York Times and CNC and France. There's so many media in the world now actually try to talk about why Taiwan has this kind of interesting system, right, to deal with this kind of big pandemic. Yeah, so that's something is quite unique. Okay, I don't know if any of you have some question you want to ask about ask Howard about this thing. Oh, okay. One student asked.
Yeah.
One student asked about how you can get the data on the inventory of fast mask on different store.
Do you mean the first version is from company or the second version? Because the first version, I think
you mentioned to me it's a crowdsourcing, right?
Yeah,
crowdsourcing in the beginning.
So the people will go to convenience store if they have the mask, and they just go to this website and yes, this convenience store has mask. And the second version, the data is from the government. And the government, at that time, the government already set a policy. So they collect the mask from the factory directory. And they do not allow the people sell in the mask. And so the government, they know exactly the number of the masks.
Okay, any question from student, from you? Because I can see I also do the polling, right? So that let me check the polling about the results. So that we have 89% of our student or attendee for this thing. It's still difficult to buy a mask in Hong Kong. So that's still still issue in Hong Kong. Oh, 91%. So that's why I see if any student can you learn from Howard based on open source data to build the similar system for you, for our 7 million people in Hong Kong, that would be quite good, right? For as a project for this course, if you want to be the similar to Howard, right? You'll be famous locally in Hong Kong. If you want to learn, I'm pretty sure this kind of system is open source, right? Howard, yeah. I don't know. First generation is open source so that they can learn from you. Is that true?
Yes. And I want to mention another one is that because I use the Google Map API to show the map, and it did cost money. So my first version, the bill already waived by Google.
But I think don't worry about money now. If you do a good job, if 7 million people in Hong Kong want your this kind of system, I'm pretty sure people will give donation, or the government will give you money, similar to Hawa. Don't worry about money. I can see how to solve problem for you. You see, now still 90% of people go to the polling have problem. If you can learn from Howard, you build this kind of similar system for Hong Kong people, for you, for your classmates, for US people, for 7 million people, then I think I'm pretty sure you can get some financial support. Don't worry about it. But I don't know. Again, Howard, I don't know if this is your first generation is open source, right?
Yeah.
So where's the source code?
I put it in my Facebook.
Oh, I see. Can you share us now through the Zoom online chatting? In that GOV HackMD that website, right?
Let me check.
I already shared with a student about that the website.
You mean this one? No, not this one.
GitHub. Oh, I see.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think it is this one looking mask.
I see.
And another one backend. So you can just clone that and set up some environment config. And
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of us students know how to use this kind of GitHub and then try to learn from at least from your open source the code, right? Yeah. I don't. Again, any student really want to help Hong Kong people who have 90% of the people have problems locally in Hong Kong. Huh? Any of you want to develop this kind of system for Hong Kong? That would be excellent project. You can do this and then get a good job. So that of course I will give you A+ if you can make it work. Huh? I actually if some of you want to do this kind of this kind of investment, right? This kind of for system for Hong Kong as the project, right? So that and then make it work. No, that'd be good. Yeah, be great. Okay. Any of you want to learn from Howard, or at least you see he share you. This is open source the platform, right? So that of course we do have students from many different countries, right? So that I told you, at least even my lab, I've already from Spain or student from Iran. So that I believe now this virus spread to more than 190 countries now. So that your system can save maybe help a lot more people, not Hong Kong. That is a real global issue. You say so that this is not only
yeah, it's
or one still say the face mask problem in Hong Kong is expensive, high price. I say. But of course, in Hong Kong we can buy. This Hong Kong good thing here is one international financial center trading, so that you can buy. So of course, if you want to build this kind of face mask supply system for Hong Kong, not only look at the local store, but also look at maybe Alibaba, Tmall, right? I remember Tmall now also have Alibaba have this website sale mask, right? So that Hong Kong is very unique, right? So that you can, if you want to build a website or system, so that not only look at the local shop in Hong Kong, we can easily buy everything from over the world, so that we have no problem. So that of course, but based on how was the platform, maybe we can modify, right? So that to fit the Hong Kong's the unique this kind of environment, right? Didn't say so that you can see yesterday I do find we have a lot of a company through the Alibaba, Tmall website, and then you can buy. Also, you can try eBay or something. But the key thing here is how to look at where you can buy and price, right? So that key thing here, do you say? So that this is something is important, right? Understand? But of course, also I say locally Hong Kong government to do some local monitoring, right? Some of the shop is serious, very bad mask with bacteria, then the government will try to do this kind of monitoring, right? The quality control. Okay. And any student from our for Howard, I think this is a we really thank Howard to share his experience on this thing. Yeah, of course that online, the second generation to order this online, this math is a lot more complicated, right? Probably it's not done by you or how, I don't know who built this kind of online order system for
The older system,
yeah.
the government, this
Oh,
government made
I
because
see.
some I mean the privacy issues because then we have the real name to real the limitation to buy the mask. So the policy only allow the government can do this. Okay,
Oh,
let me show you another things that we have the name GA Zero. The
I
GA
see.
Zero in Taiwan, the people here in this group caring about the government policy or any kind of civic movement.
Mm,
This lake, we can see the channel COVID-19. This channel, we got
I see.
420 people here. They are discussing and they are doing the any kind of the
Mm,
discussing about what they can make or what information they can separate or anything that can help this epidemic. So I think not only mean that there's many people, other people, they also care about this. So
I see.
we stay together, maybe the people will make a lot of system or like a tool to control this virus.
I see. I see.
I think many every country must have the many people that care about this. So I think maybe Hong Kong can. So previous weekend, we do have a hackathon, and at that time, at the hackathon, we have the project from Hong Kong. I think they are doing a panel and sharing the information, sharing about the number, making a panel for that. I think. So I think that every country must have this the like a place or space that are talking about this. Yeah.
Howard, can you briefly talk about this interesting Gammon Zero, G0V? That's something very special, right? I think in Hong Kong we don't have this kind of special like organization.
I really don't know about Hong Kong, but like Japan, it's called the Code for Japan, and Korea, I forget. Yeah, but I think the country civic I have this group, this kind of group. So the group here, the people here, they are considering about the government issue. So like in this like we have COVID-19 or some disinformation. As you know, in this academic situation, there are so many fake news. Like maybe somebody said there will shortage for the tissues, so everybody go to the store to rub the tissues, like something like that. So the fake news everywhere. So the somebody will care about this that they will making some the tool to defend the fake news. Or somebody would care about education, so they would make some tool. And somebody care about voting in Taiwan, so they make some tool like this. So let's got zero in Taiwan. And so you can see there are so many developers stay here and checking what they can do. So actually, this first map, the first version, really inspired so many people to join here. Yeah.
Okay, so that if you no other question, I think probably that's it for this special lecture from Howard. So that again, well, thank you, Howard. So that I believe that I think at least everybody understand about